Dworkin, and this is Fox 411 Throwback Thursday, where we talk with stars about their latest projects and reminisce about fan favorites. Our guest today famously played Big Brother Greg Brady on TV's iconic family, The Brady Bunch. It's Barry Williams. Welcome.
Well, thanks. Boy, we can do both. You can reminisce and talk about latest projects.
Exactly. We could do both. We do a lot of things here. And these days, you're bringing back the 70s with a musical variety show, and you have a reality show that's following you around as you do it. So let's talk about all the above.
Okay.
Starting with the variety show. It's 70s.
Well,
so tell me about it.
That's what came first, and this is something that I've wanted to do really my entire life. I wanted to channel my inner Johnny Bravo, and so it's a full-scale now musical variety show, live band, big cast, multimedia, interactive with the audience, and I wanted to use 70s music mostly because I don't want to memorize lyrics, and I know all the lyrics to all the songs from the 70s.
Yeah.
That's where I grew up, and then that's where my musical passion is, but also because it's such a great decade for diversity of music. You know, we had our pop stars and our singer-songwriters, and we had great themes for music, melodies, lyrics, things you can sing along with, and that's what I'm bringing to life in the show. I wanted a home for it, and I was looking around, and I'd heard about this little place in southwest Missouri. Mm-hmm. And there were a lot of big names that were there. Andy Williams was there for years and years and years, and Tony Orlando, who was a friend of mine, Ty Yellow Ribbon, and but Willie Nelson and Roy Clark and Glenn Campbell, and they all had theaters. Even Wayne Newton was there. So I thought, worth looking into. What I didn't expect was that I was going to fall in love with this area. Mm-hmm. It's a little bubble here in Missouri. It's in the Ozark Mountains, and there's this great energy and outdoor life, and people are very open, and it's very Midwest in its kind of values and sensibility. Slower pace, less guarded, not quite so superficial.
Sure. So it's an adjustment for you. It's just a different lifestyle.
Right.
Yeah.
So I thought this is a great fit for me. I'm a Brady.
Yeah.
Right? These are the people that kept the Brady Bunch on the air.
Right.
And it's all family shows there. Every show is family friendly. That's what I want to do. So this looked like the perfect place for me to do it, but it's been very, very difficult to gain an audience and to gain traction and to kind of develop the kinds of relationships that I really need where there's a real trust. And because that just takes time. Well, along came Great American Country.
Yes.
Great American Country is a network that wanted to kind of document what this process was, what I'm learning in the Midwest, what's going on there, what this area is all about, and the struggles that I'm having producing this show, the 70s Music Celebration, my live show. And so we kind of pick up toward the beginning and what's going on and how hard it is. And I decide, and rightfully so, that I need somebody who's experienced in Branson to show me the ropes and get me plugged in and get this all figured out, because I've been kind of out there trying to keep my head above the water. So I meet one of the most popular bands there. It's a family, 5 brothers and 1 sister, called the Haygoods. Now, anybody in Branson could tell you who the Haygoods are, but around the country, not so much yet. And so I met them, and they understood the struggles, what I was going on, and they certainly understood the kind of the Midwestern way of doing things, and they agreed to help me.
So what are some of the surprising things that we see you do in Branson on the reality show that follows you around for this? Like, what are some things that fans are going to see you as you adjust to your new life there?
Okay, well, the first thing you should know is the whole show's not about the live show. Mm-hmm. That's the reason I moved there, and that's a nice excuse maybe to start some storytelling. But the story here is about the Ozarks and about Branson. And this family, the Haygood family that I meet, a couple of the brothers are adrenaline junkies. Okay. And so they like a lot of excitement. So in come the motorcycles, in come the ATVs, in come the speedboats. We go up in a power parachute. In fact, we've got one in our first episode. He's hanging from underneath this power parachute. Somebody else is flying it, and he drops right into the bow of my boat at like 25 knots from the sky.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I gotta say. So we're going to be out enjoying
adventures like that.
Adventures and the out of doors, the trails, the lakes, the fishing, the fun things that are out there to see and enjoy.
Sure. Is it also with those things that you're out seeing and enjoying, kind of a Brady reunion? Tell me about guest stars.
Well, we had an idea to bring someone from my show to Branson, and we landed on Maureen McCormick, who ultimately came, but I have to tell you, but kicking and screaming. She says, well, what am I going to go back to the Midwest? And I said, please come. I don't know what you've heard exactly, but I assure you that it's not what you're thinking. Let me be your tour guide. Let me get you out on the lake. I want you to meet my friends, and I want you to see my show, because I've been talking to her since the Brady days about doing this show. So she came. She agreed to come, spent a week, and I think genuinely turned her opinion about the Ozarks and about Branson in particular around. She had a really, really wonderful time. Do
you keep in touch with all the cast members? A lot of the cast members?
This is, I think, the thing I'm the most proud of. We did the show from 1969 to 1974. We're all friends. I'm in touch with all of them. I see each other sometimes for conventions and different things, but between texting and emailing, and we've maintained our friendships all these years. Lifelong friends.
Does it amaze you how it's still such a part of pop culture? I'm speaking of the Super Bowl ad. What did you think of the Danny Trejo Super Bowl commercial?
I am blown away. I saw. I had a link to a clip of this thing with Danny Trejo playing, I guess, the inner Marcia.
Right.
The angry, kind of frustrated, I got to have a Snickers bar, Marcia. And I thought, my gosh, 45 years later. And then I went, wait, this is for the Super Bowl. For the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
150 million people watching this. How cool is that?
Yeah. Well, I'm sure you hear that a lot, too, from fans of the show over the years as well. I mean, have you you kind of know how much this is such a part of people's lives for so long?
I have the privilege of watching people middle-aged turn into teenagers right in front of me. And sometimes teenagers are just catching on to the show now in syndication. It's a terrific ride, and one I'm very, very grateful for.
Great. Well, tell us where we can tune into the new show, A Very Barry Branson.
February 5th. So it either started last week or next week or whatever, depending on wherever you see this. But February 5th begins Thursday night on Great American Country, 9, 8 Central. They're kicking it off on the 5th with back-to-back episodes. So it'll be a full hour to get you into the mood. Great.
Well, thank you so much. Appreciate your time. Thanks for coming in. And thank you so much for watching. For Fox 411, I'm Ashley Dvorkin.